The song that I'm translating in this video, it was of course a very popular song. It's called Kabasele in Memoriam. It's actually a collaboration of Tabu and Franco. Remember that these were sworn enemies, or so was it perceived, until 1983 when they came together to do a collaboration and they released a number of songs. Now this is one of the songs that they released. Now the song is of course in memory really of Le Grand Calais, who had just passed on. And remember that when Tabu began his music, he began it at African Jazz Band, the band of Joseph Athanase Tshamala Kabasele, commonly called the Grand Calais. So then, of course, Tabu moved from there and they formed their own band, African Fiesta, of course, with the Dr. Nico. So in his formative years, what I can say, when Tabu began his professional career, it happened, of course, in African Jazz Band, and that was the band that was owned by Grand Calais. But at the same time, Franco Makiadi had also formed his own OK Jazz, and so there was competition between Grand Calais and Franco Makiadi. And so from the word go, Tabu and Franco were, of course, operating from two different schools of music. But as fate would have it, they will later on come together to do a project. And among the many songs that they did within that project was this one called Kabasele in Memoriam. Now Kabasele, also known as Le Grand Calais, was the father of modern Congolese rumba. Actually, they call him Tata Rmba modern. And so he was actually born on the 16th of December 1930. Unfortunately, we lost him on the 11th of February 1983. And remember that it's around 1983 that Franco Makiadi and Tabu came together in the Shock project that they did. And of course, it was extremely very well received. So I want to give you a quick translation of Kabasele in Memoriam, where Franco and Tabu are mourning the death of Le Grand Calais. Of course, the song starts as if they are actually wailing. You know, in Africa, when somebody dies, we really wail, we weep and cry the death of any person for that matter. Then they ask, Nazwanganga wapi, Nazwanganga wapi. So Nganga is a witch doctor or a magician, depends on how you are looking at it. So they're asking, where do I get a magician or a witch doctor? But for what purpose? Nazwanganga wapi, asombelanga liwaya kabasele. Where can I get a magician or a witch doctor to buy the death of Grand Calais? But in actual fact, what they are saying is, where can I get a witch doctor or a magician to reverse the death of Grand Calais? Nazwanganga wapi, asombelanga liwaya kabasele. Where do I get a witch doctor or a magician to reverse the death of Grand Calais? Nazwanganga wapi, oh Calais, Calais abyss. So it is Tabu that starts by saying, where do I get a magician or a witch doctor Kale Wabiso, you know, our Kale is gone. Mosika nazali na yoki lokito Kale akufi, and you know, I'm in a very far place, but of course I've had the sound, the news of the passing on of Grand Kale. How do I mourn the way they mourn the death of somebody's child? Mpo mai ekobimana miso mpo moto oyo olingaka. You know, the way you're going to have tears, you know, to produce tears in your eyes, remembering that there is somebody that you used to love that is actually gone. Nazwa nganga wapi asombelanga liwaya Kabasele. Where do I get a witch doctor or a magician to reverse the death of Grand Kale? Then Table asks himself, Ngaina lobana batonini, what do I tell people? Tango na kozonga na mboka na biso, when I'll come back home, what do I tell people? Kale azalaki tatananga lelo atiki mokilinga nazalite. You know, Grand Kale was my father, was actually my father. That's what Table is saying. But he has died, and I'm not even nearer the place where he has died from. Nafuta nyongo oyo ndenge nini. How do I pay back? You know, nyongo is actually a debt. So he's wondering how he can pay back Kabasele, because he's the one that actually held his hand when he was starting his musical career. Before God and before people, how do I pay you? Kale okeinde wapi? Kale, where have you gone? You've left me with a lot of pain in my heart, Kale. Franco says likambo yako kamwa bandeko. This is a very surprising, a very shocking thing. This happening is actually very shocking, very surprising. Kale akei bandeko atiki malobate. You know, Kale is gone, but he never even left behind a word. Mpoto ebisa na baninga, so that we could actually tell our friends. So he just went, never left a word that we could actually now tell our friends that would come after. Likambo yako kamwa bandeko, Kale akei bandeko. You know, it is so shocking that Kale is gone. IABC bisote maladi ABA, and he's never even told us the disease that actually stole him, the disease that killed him. He didn't reveal it to us. Nazwanganga wapi asombelanga liwaya Kabasele. Where do I get a witch doctor or a magician to reverse the death of Kabasele? So Kosoba is actually to buy. So who is this that can buy the death of Kale so that he can be alive?
likambo likokaki kosalama te nzambe asali yango mama
likambo likokaki kosalama te nzambe asali yango mama. You know, this was not supposed to happen, but God has made it to happen. Enalo banini kale akei mobesu. What do I say? Kale has gone, but he is still very young. Actually, he died at the age of 52. So Franco is saying that he's gone and he's, you know, he was still a very, very young man. How do we mourn you in this far place where we are? The way we can reach there, we don't have a means of getting to where you are or where you've died from. Toembio na mawakale kende talaka nasima. You know, we are singing with sadness, but where you've gone, please look back, look at us. We are all mourning you. Nazwanganga wapie, nazwanganga wapie, asombelanga liwa ya Kabasele. And now listen to the guitars there. Mavatiku Visi is doing guitar solo, and then Franco Luambo Makiadi will walk around and around with his mi solo. Visi. Oh. And then that is of course Franco Luambo Makiadi. Nazwanganga wapi asombelanga liwa ya Kabasele. Where do I get a witch doctor or a magician to buy the death of Kale, to reverse really the death of Kale? Vie Kale okeinde wapi. Old man Kale, where have you gone? Otiki kikina nani, where have you, who have you left Kiki with? Otiki nono na nani, who have you left Nono with? Vie Kale tokolela, you know, old Kale, we are crying. African jazz motema pembe. So motema pembe means clean-hearted. African jazz ekolela. African jazz is crying minor miso. Kale na biso awa Kale. Nazwanganga wapie, nazwanganga wapie, asombelanga liwa ya Kabasele. Nazwanganga wapie, nazwanganga wapie, asombelanga liwa ya Kale kato. Nalela yo ndengeni ni Kale. How do I mourn you, Kale? Engambe mobali atiki mokili. You know, what a successful or proper man leaving the world. Wapi Bana African Jazz, Wapi Kale, the band members of African Jazz. Where is Grand Kale? Mongongo kitoko oyo abebi tokozwa yango lisusu wapi. You know, a beautiful voice is gone. Where will we get it again? Nalali na butu bandeko. I was asleep at night. So this is now Franco himself also saying something about the death of Grand Kale. Nazali koloto ndoto nazali koloto nzoka nde likambo liko salama. So I had a dream, and I didn't know that the dream that I had was actually something was going to happen. So when I woke up in the morning, or when I left my dream in the morning, I heard that Kale had actually gone. Mawana motema mai na miso tata ya music modern. Sadness in my heart, tears in my eyes because of the father of modern music. So that's the end of the song. If you're watching this video for the first time and this channel for the first time, remember to hit the subscribe and notification buttons. Thank you very much for watching.